Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician's channel, and today I'm going to quickly show you how to clock an MSD starter. I have a MSD mini Dynaforce starter, and the issue with it being I test fit my headers. The headers actually make contact with the starter solenoid, and that's one thing you really do not want. Heat being close to the starter solenoid is already bad because excessive heat to the solenoid actually shortens the life and can ruin your starter. This is like a $350 starter and like $600 headers. So I'm not gonna beat up the headers, and I'm not just gonna put a wrap around it and hope that it doesn't heat soak. So the best thing to do is to clock the starter, and that's basically taking the mounting point and where the solenoid sits and rotating the solenoid portion in order to get it clearance away from the header. So I'm going to show you how to quickly do that, and then hopefully when I do the header install it'll be a little bit better clearance, and then I'm also going to do a lava wrap around it to protect it. So everything should be good, but let's get into this and I hope you guys enjoy. So here's my Dynaforce starter, and basically they're all going to be very similar, so if yours is a little different, the process is probably still the same, and you can find instructions online as how to do this as well. But you're going to have a couple of fasteners back here. They're going to be 3/16 Allen heads. You're just going to go ahead and remove those, and then once I get these removed, I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll show you what we're going to do. Right now the header comes down right here and makes contact on this solenoid, so what we're trying to do is keep the mounting point the same, obviously, and we're going to rotate the starter one hole over, because in this machine piece they have multiple holes in order to rotate the starter. All right, so we have the two on the back screwed out, and then flip it around to the front side. You're going to have 3 holes machined up here, and you're going to remove the one out of the front as well. So those are the 3 bolts holding it in, and as you can see, the 3 holes here are for adjusting, and it's going to have basically the exact same thing on the back. And then there you go. Once all 3 bolts are removed, this can then rotate. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this guy. We were originally sitting right here. I'm going to move it up to the next hole over, bringing the starter solenoid up and further away. And then obviously you can go down a notch too, and it brings it further out, all depending on your application. Also keep in mind that on some blocks, if you go to the farthest one up, you may make contact with the block on this side. So it's all things that you got to be aware of, but I'm going to try this out, test fit it, and hopefully everything works. Very simple process. Obviously you can see here 3 bolts rotating. We're not changing shims, we're not changing anything except for the clocking of the starter to the mount, so you don't have to worry about messing up your tooth alignment or anything like that. So that's it. Now all I'm going to do is find that top hole, get this one started in the front, and then we'll move around to the back and we'll do the same thing here. So really guys, that's basically it. Now if you already had this starter installed, make sure to disconnect the battery, then go ahead and disconnect the cables from your starter solenoid, and then remove the 2 bolts holding it in. And then it's simply removing it and doing this simple process. Also be aware, starters, whether they're the OE starter or a mini starter like this, they're not light, so don't have your face directly underneath the starter or anything like that. Just be careful. Very simple process. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys found it informative.